There is a kind of silence that no one hears, a silence that lives behind the eyes, where the world is colors and sounds and faces, but none of it makes sense. A silence that screams louder than language, because there are no words, only the weight of feeling, the ache of memory. I remember, without knowing what I remember. Smells, sounds, shadows through the trees, a flower crushed in my hand. The voice of Caddy saying it's okay. Always Caddy, always her voice, soft and warm and real. I remember her hair, the way it smelled like trees in the rain, the way she held me when the world turned too loud, and then she was gone. They say I don't understand, that I can't understand, but I do. I feel it in my bones, in the shape of days, in the way the house feels empty now, not because no one's there, but because she isn't. People talk around me. They say things I can't hold. Their words slip through like water through broken hands, but I feel their meaning, even when I don't know their meaning. Caddy was the only one who never made me feel broken. When she talked to me, I was whole. When she held my hand, I didn't need to speak. She knew. She always knew. And then she changed, and I knew. I knew even when no one said it. I could smell it. I could feel it. The softness was gone. Her hands were different. She still smiled, but not from her heart. She smiled from far away, from a place I couldn't go. And that's when the noise started. That's when the world cracked. They call it Easter. They dress me in clothes that itch. They try to make me look like I belong in their picture. But I don't belong. Not without her. She held me. She kept the sound away. Now the sound is everywhere. It's in the clocks, in the leaves, in the footsteps across the porch when she doesn't come, in the voices that grow sharp and fast and cold. And I cry. I cry because I don't know how else to say it. That I remember the swing. That I remember the cold river. That I remember Caddy standing above me saying, "Don't be scared." But I am scared because she's not here. Because the river took her before it touched her feet. Because the voices in the house are not love. They are something else now. Something that tastes bitter and burns. I cry and they hunch me. They say, "Benjy, be quiet. Benjy, behave. Benjy, stop crying." But how do you stop a cry that's been echoing for years? They don't know what it's like to live inside memory with no way out, to see everything but never know what time you're in, to chase a voice that's always just a room away, a year away, a lifetime away. And still, I wait by the fence, I press against the gate, I watch the trees bend in the wind, waiting for her to come home, just like she said she would. She'll come back, they told me, but they don't believe it. They look at me with eyes that say, "Poor Benjy, he doesn't understand." But I do. She's not coming back. Because once the smell leaves the wind, it doesn't return. Once the flower is crushed, it doesn't bloom again. I hear the bells ring, and I don't know if it's now or before. Dazed. Time is not a line for me. It is a circle, a spiral, a river that folds back on itself. Sometimes I see Caddy walking across the grass, barefoot, hair tied in a ribbon. Sometimes she is holding my hand. Sometimes she is crying. And sometimes she is a shadow walking away. I don't know what day it is. I only know what it feels like. I feel the cold. I feel the distance. I feel the emptiness of a house that once had music in its walls. Now it just creaks, like it's grieving with me. The smell of firewood, the creak of the swing, the bitter taste of metal on the gate when I lean too close. These are my clocks. These are the markers that tell me I'm still here. People say, "Benjy doesn't know what's happening." But I know when love leaves a room. I know when kindness turns into silence. I know the moment a family becomes a memory, and a memory becomes a wound. They try to take me for walks. They hold my hand too tight, like I might disappear. They pull me away when I cry for her. When I reach for a shape that looks like Caddy, sounds like her, smells almost like her. But it's never her, because Caddy is not a person anymore. She is a presence, a ghost in sunlight, a whisper in magnolia petals. She is everything I can't hold, and everything I can't stop holding on to. I see her wedding shoes. I see her dress. I see her face that is smiling but afraid, and I scream. Because I know what they don't say, because the dress is white but her heart is breaking, because she's leaving and no one will stop her, because they put perfume on her pain and call it ceremony, and no one understands why I scream. But I scream for the things I cannot speak, for the love that was never returned, for the brother who drinks too much, for the father who gave up long before he died, for the mother who cannot look at me without shame, for the time that won't stay still, and for me, because I am the one they pass from hand to hand, like a burden, like a broken thing, as if I am something to be managed, not loved. But Caddy loved me. She called me her brother when no one else did. She washed my face when I cried. She sat beside me when the world grew dark. She gave me the only thing that ever made sense, consistency. And that is the one thing I lost when she left. Consistency is what I crave. A hand that doesn't let go, a voice that stays the same, a place where memory doesn't hurt. But everything changes now. They say, change is natural. But to me, it's a storm that never ends. I don't know how to swim through change. I only know how to remember. And my memory is a mirror that's cracked. It shows everything, but never in order, never in peace. It is Easter again. They dress me up again. They try to make me fit into the picture of a family that doesn't exist anymore. And I cry, because I know. I know even if I can't explain it. I know that she's not coming back. I know that joy, once gone, is not easily found again. I know that some homes are haunted, not by ghosts, but by absences. She was my compass, and now I am spinning, and no one knows how to stop me. They think because I do not speak, I do not know. But I know. I know the sound of disappointment in a man's footsteps. I know when people speak with their mouths, but not with their hearts. I know when love becomes duty, when touch becomes burden. They move me from place to place, like furniture no one wants to keep, but no one dares throw away. I am the shadow of what they couldn't fix, the reminder of everything that fell apart. They say, Benjy doesn't know what's happening, but I am what's happening. I carry it all in silence. The past is not behind me, it's inside me, always. I can't leave it, I can't run from it, because it is stitched into the way I feel the sun, the way I hear her name, the way I cry at the sound of water. I remember the river, cold, fast, loud. I remember Quentin holding my hand tight, too tight. I remember the panic in his voice, the way he stared at the water like it had stolen something from him. He was the only one who understood memory like I did. He didn't speak much to me, but when he did, it was soft, almost scared. Like he was afraid I might answer in ways he didn't understand. Like he was asking questions I'd already accepted. And then one day, Quentin stopped coming, and no one said why. But I remember the sound the house made after he left. Like the floorboards knew, like a silence grew teeth. They say a family is supposed to hold you, but I have only known the feeling of being held by someone who had already let go. Caddy never let go. She fought for me even when they told her not to. She fought to keep me near even when the house wanted me gone, even when mother looked at me like a shameful secret. But Caddy saw a brother, a soul, a boy worth loving. And when she left, she didn't just leave the house, she left the world where things made sense. Now I only understand things by how they feel. A slammed door means anger. A soft hand means safety. A rising voice means danger. A disappearing smell means loss. And the smells, they leave me too fast. I hold on to her ribbon. I press it to my face. But even it forgets her. Time forgets her. But I don't. I remember the way her name sounded when Father said it. Heavy, like it hurt his throat. I remember the way Jason said it. Like a curse, like her name had burned something inside him. I remember the way Mother never said it at all, but I say it every day, even if they can't hear me. Caddy. The word means home to me. It means light through the trees. It means the first warm day of spring. It means before everything turned gray. They try to distract me, give me things, take me places. But no place brings her back. No object replaces her voice. No hand feels like hers. They say I'm 23, that I'm a man. But what is a man if his world stopped turning years ago? I'm still in the field, watching her climb the tree. I'm still by the fire, hearing her read to me. I'm still in the swing, laughing without sound because she is near. I live in the moments they forgot. I remember what they buried, and I cry because if I don't, the silence will win. And if the silence wins, she is truly gone. So I cry, loud, wild, honest, because maybe crying is the only way I have left to prove. I was here, that I loved, that I lost, that I felt everything, even if I never said a word. Sometimes I sit by the gate, the one that faces the street, and I stare. I stare at the people walking by, the wheels turning, the dust rising, but I don't see them. I'm waiting, not for them, not for today. I'm waiting for a memory to come back to life, for her to walk down that road like she never left. Because for me, she never did. The world tries to keep moving. Jason curses and stomps and slams his papers. Mother whispers to the walls. Dilsey moves like an old tree, bending but never breaking. And me? I'm just here, still here, living in every moment all at once. They try to tell me what day it is, what season, what year, but how can I tell time? When I never left the swing, when I never left the tree where she climbed and smiled down at me. Caddy is not in the pictures, she's not in the house. She's not even in the stories they tell anymore. But she is in me. She is in every sound I can't escape, in every flower I crush between my hands, in every cry I let out when the day becomes too heavy. They say I need routine, but routine never brought her back. They say I should be grateful, but how do you feel gratitude for a world that took the only person who understood your silence? They say I'm different, but what if different just means I remember better? I remember the kindness they forgot. I remember the light they let die. I remember her voice when it was still soft, before the world made her hard. They don't talk about what happened to her, not really. They speak in fragments, in sighs, in closed doors. But I know. I know because I remember the smell that wasn't hers, the dress that didn't fit her spirit, the man who didn't love her the way she deserved. And then she was gone. Not just from the house, but from the story. Like a page torn out, like a song cut short, like a name no longer allowed to echo through the halls. But in me, it echoes. Caddy. That's what love sounds like. That's what memory looks like. That's what home feels like. And so I cry. I cry not because I am broken, but because I am whole in a way they can't see. Because in this body that does not speak, in this mind that does not map time, in this heart that refuses to forget, I carry her. I carry the innocence they lost. I carry the truth they buried. I carry the sound and the fury, not as pain, but as proof that I was loved, that I am human, that I remember what they cannot afford to feel. And in the cry that never ends, in the gate that never opens, in the memory that never fades, I remain, watching, waiting, loving, even without words, even without time, even without her, I remain.